As you can see in the book of Joshua, and we have a lot of extra biblical texts. We're going to talk about that tomorrow in the academy. Atalia for 50 years. Who ruled in Atalia? Esau's grandson. It was told Esau he would live by the sword. His grandson, Zepho. Where did he become king over? Italy. Atalia for 50 years. This is your Vatican. The pagan religion was actually brought to Italy from Mount Seir. Esau's religion he learned at Mount Seir was taken from the mountains of Mount Seir into the Mediterranean area, Cyprus, as well as Italy. Zepho. Now, why am I going here, folks? Well, the sister gave me some insight on what? That car. The Alfa Romeo car. Elder, you need to look into the history of that car, right? Let's go into it. Let's go into the history of that car, if you will. Because I went into the history of this car, Elder Lawyer. Not the car, but the symbol. This symbol right here. Alfa Romeo. The Knights Templar. Esau. Blood. The serpent eating a man. Right? Let's go all the way down. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Here's one of the original symbols. The serpent eating a man. But guess what? Look at this. Serpent eating a man. Right? But look at this here. This is the original symbol. The original symbol comes from a time where the Italian family, Visconti family, in 1494 and others, earlier in the 1400s, began to destroy and expel and straight kill and eradicate the Moors of Spain. The Moors of Spain were Israelites. They were converted Israelites who were converted into Islam. Jacob. I need y'all to look at that. A black man was the original. Was the original, folks. Hit that like button. Judah. Totally consuming and destroying Jacob according to a prophecy. In the 1400s, the late 1400s, the Visconti family, who were Edomites. And now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after 20 years, they want this particular company to begin to sell cars in America. And you see, the secret societies are big on symbolisms, bringing out certain secret codes of what they're going to do next. Well, you don't understand why they're introducing this car and emblem if you don't understand history of what they did to us in Spain. Y'all see this? Need y'all to look at this. Now, so what we do here, we break a few things down for you. Right? So let's go to one of the original emblems in Italy till this day. The Visconti family. In Italy till this day. Showing the dragon coming against the brother Jacob. Unless you know you're Israel, you will never understand this. Over and over again, consuming us, destroying us. And who's behind this? The Edomites. The Visconti family. The serpent people. From the bloodline of Esau and Zepho. Right? But there's more. the same time they was expelling us from Spain, there was another decree in which they began to send out what? Voyagers, explorers into the New World, looking for our people here from the 10 tribes in the New World called, that they renamed America. Same time they're coming against our people, they have what? They have an emblem of the serpent swallowing up Jacob, the man of prophecy. Oh yeah, so what do? We want to show you an original image of a Moor. See, and this is where Ishmael comes in. Ishmael comes in to lie on history and claim that that was an attack against Arabs. Esau and Ishmael always worked together to keep the name of Israel from ever being a nation. Remember that. So Arabs come in anytime they need some deception historically, they bring in Ishmael to back their lying stories and try to claim that the expulsion had something to do with an attack on Islam or Arabs, which was a lie. It was an attack on Israelites who were ruling in Spain. This is from the National Geographic, the original Moors. Who were the Moors? Huh? Who were the Moors? Israelites. Israelites, folks. I'm going into more of this soon. You got to get in that academy, but I'm going into it. The Dark Ages, I'm going into it. So what did they do? The Visconti family, that's right, aligned themselves with the Banks and began to conspire and destroy our people to the point of expulsion. When you hear about the Jews being expelled from Spain, that was us, folks. It's what we're seeing today too, folks. How they move us around and do certain things to get us out of the way. And next thing you know, other people come in. It's the same modus operandi they've always used against Jacob. Right? The expulsion. The expulsion. The genesis of the expulsion decree. On March 31st, 1492, shortly after the end of the Granada War, the Catholic monarch signed the decree of expulsion, Catholics, folks, of the Jews in Granada, which was sent to all cities, towns, and lordships of their kingdoms with strict orders to not read or make it public until May 1st. It is possible that some prominent Jews tried to nullify or soften it, but did not have any success. You see that? Folks, that expulsion was our people. The expulsion of the Moors and expulsion of Israelites is Esau consolidating and taking power again over Europe because our people ruled during the Dark Ages. Hope y'all seeing this here. We rule. So anytime we gain some level of notoriety or power, they begin to work to displace or move us out of our position. So oh yeah. Right? Right? And folks, when you look at the serpent people, you can't forget the Khazarians, the Khazars. But folks, the Khazars were called the serpent people. Christ was calling them out. Before the conversion between the 8th and 11th century, they were the serpent people worshiping Satan. So you got those who was converted from Khazaria, who Christ pointed out, and I'm going to show you how he pointed them out. And then you have them working on that side, following Torah, and at the same time, from Italy, worshiping Satan, becoming the authority over Christians, so that they can now use that as a Trojan horse to come into our neighborhoods and destroy us, to come into our countries and deceive us. Right? I'm just being careful. I want to still keep a channel here. Right? And they both financed the Knights Templar, the Jesuits, the Knights Templar. We're going to go into this. Because also, who's attached to the Jesuits and Knights Templar, folks? Huh? Jesuit apologetics. The accusations brought against the society have been exceptional for their frequency and fierceness. Many include would be too absurd to deserve mention when they're not credited even by the cultured literary people, such as instance of the charges of the society was responsible for Francis-Prussian War, they're behind the wars, the affair Dreyfus, the Panama Scandal, the assassination of popes, princes, statements found in books, periodics, on and on and on. This is what? A Catholic site that goes into Jesuit apologetic. When you hear of Jesuit apologetics, folks, it's attached to Ignatius Loyola, the Dark Knight. It's attached to what? The political mercenary faction of the Roman Catholic Church sent by Esau to disturb. Now you notice out of nowhere, when Israelites started getting notoriety in the United States, the apologetics came out using a person by the name of Vocab Malone as a front. That battle of Jacob and Esau continues. I need y'all to check this out. Out of nowhere, these guys come, but you got to look at his affiliations to know that that's just a front channel. It's a front channel, folks. You got to look at the affiliations. The Jesuits are now trying to do what? Put the cat back in the bag. They're trying to now stifle the rise of Israel. You will never see those apologetics talk about Judaism, that's against Christ, and you rarely hear them talking about Catholics who are set up with a pagan religion. You'll never hear them talk about any of those two. You'll never hear them speak ill about Judaism, and you'll never hear them speak about what? Catholics. They're the Dark Knights, folks. I'm just going to put that out there real quick. They're the Dark Knights who have now crept their way. They even try to conversate and try to be on conscious community sites. Now, why is that so weird? It's weird that they're trying to follow conscious community and try to debate there, but they're not there for the conscious community, folks. They're there because Israelites are wasting their time working with the conscious community, not realizing that the only notoriety they really get is when our people come on their platforms. Okay? That's why Kimmon on Trial was so big. Because that debate included what? It was our church that was there. That was a key component with that debate. Okay? And many of us supported it. So now the Jesuits are trying to go with the conscious community. And you know why? They're trying to go there because they're trying to be there as what? Hold place in hopes of another conversation between Israelites and apologetics. I'm going to tell you. Hey, fool me once, shame on me. Stay away from the apologetics, man. They are the Jesuits. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I digress. But why am I going there? Well, this is why I'm going there. When it comes to the Knights Templar, it comes back to this symbol. It comes back to this symbol, folks. The Alpha Romeo. It goes back to this symbol here. It goes back to this symbol. Them swallowing Jacob. They want to find their way to disturb anything when it comes to our people finding a way by ourselves in order to overcome the curse that happened through the sins of our forefathers. Anytime we're trying to work out our lives and trying to do something for ourselves to get out of our condition, you find them. You find the Jesuits, you find the Red Cross, you find them in our spaces looking to disturb or cause disruption. But now, the Bible says what? Even Paul says that man of sin must be revealed. So the last thing they wanted me to do was to reveal their true intentions by going into history and identifying their daddy, Zepho, a Satanist. To give you the origin of the Vatican throne. It have nothing to do with Christ at all. They hijacked Christianity after the death of Christ and after the fall of Jerusalem. The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book. And the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.